I'm getting ready to go on a really long road trip by myself. The first RV road trip I've ever taken by myself. And one thing that's going to kill me is the cost of fuel. It is near all-time highs and there's no sign of it going down. So I did a little research trying to figure out how I can save money on fuel. And I'm going to share with you the top 10 ways you can still RV even though fuel's going through the roof. My first tip is to find the cheapest gas near you. Now I tried to use an app called Gas Buddy on here. It's got good reviews, but I could never get it to work. It just kept erroring out. I even tried the website, didn't work. Gets good reviews, maybe you'll have better luck with it. I did a quick search and found that Geico.com has cheap gas prices where you just put in your zip code and it shows you the cheapest gas stations. And here I use diesel and it shows the cheapest diesel near me is $4.35 a gallon. The most expensive that's shown on here is $4.85. Leela saw it at $5.25 in town yesterday. The cool thing about this is it tells you when the price was updated. It says the diesel was updated 22 hours ago, so hopefully that's the price. Let's go see if that's really the price. Well, hopefully I'll make it. As of today, the average price of diesel across country is $4.61 a gallon. That is up 60 cents in 1 week. The all-time high for diesel was back in July of 2008, and it was $4.84 back then. I expect fuel prices to keep going up, and we'll probably rip right past $4.84. In fact, I've seen diesel as expensive as $5.25 a gallon here in town in Southern Oregon. My next tip is to just RV closer to home. Here in Southern Oregon, where we have our home base, there is so much stuff to see. I mean, we could spend years and years exploring here and probably never see it all. We've been to a ton of state parks, beaches, waterfalls, hikes. There's so much around here. You might be shocked to know how much there is wherever you may live right now that you've never even explored. This is what it looks like as we leave our house, and yeah, it feels like we live kind of in a state park, which is one of the reasons we moved to Southern Oregon from Southern California. It's just beautiful here. And the thing is, if you don't like where you live, you can totally move. There's nothing that says you have to stay there. I mean, if you want it bad enough, you can find a way. I know you're thinking, oh, but you know, I got my job and whatever, but dude, there's always a way if you want it bad enough. If you ever are up here in the Pacific Northwest, I've linked a bunch of videos down below for you to check out. There's some awesome places you have to visit. Well, it said $4.35 on the website, and it's clearly not $4.35 for diesel here. And on another note, I have never seen this many people in line for fuel in this town ever. What kind of mileage you get with your vehicle? This truck gets, I don't know, like 13, 14 miles a gallon if I'm not towing anything, and about 8 or 9 when I'm towing my 14, 15,000 pound RV, you know, depending. So it's not great. We're gonna be here a very long time. This is going in freaking slow motion. Something else a lot of people don't think of is stop idling. If you're stopped and not moving, turn your car off. Look at this. I've burned 333 hours idling this truck. One of the great things about Oregon gas stations is you're not supposed to fuel your vehicle yourself, but one of the things that sucks about Oregon gas stations is that you can't fuel the vehicle yourself. 10 minutes later, I'm still here, and this is why you go to truck stops, because gas gushes out of those fuel pumps, but there are no truck stops here in town. One thing you for sure want to do is if you're towing a fifth wheeler trailer, you want to fuel up before you take off, so you don't have to go through a big gas station. Here at least I can fuel up anywhere, even though it's going to take me 20 years. Tip number 4 is consider boondocking. Go somewhere where you don't have to pay for an RV site, and you know, it'll help save you some money with all this increased gas price stuff. If you want to learn where you can camp for free, we got a video linked below on dispersed camping. There's a ton of places, especially here in the West, where you can camp for absolutely nothing. Forest, BLM land, etc. So check that out when you're done watching this video. All right, this is a record for me. I've never spent this much on one tank. 43 gallons, $206. Holy crap! Next, you want to make sure you maintain your vehicle. Simple things like changing the oil and changing the air filter. Basic maintenance can make a huge difference on how long your car lasts and actually on your mileage. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Next, you want to make sure that your tires are good and that they're inflated properly. They can have a huge impact on mileage. and of course on your safety. That goes for both your truck and for your trailer. We use this tire pressure monitor to make sure that our trailer tires are safe. This is the good one. There's a link for it in the description below. And we can check our truck tire pressure right here. If not, just get a gauge. You can buy a tire pressure gauge for like $2. Oops.
Number 7, use an app like The Dirt and plan your trip. Except, I don't know when the last time Trevor planned a trip. I've been planning all the trips, so you can hit me up for any advice.
You want to know where you're going so you're not driving around in circles wasting gas. You know where your gas stops are too, your fuel stops are too, because you can't just like pull into any little local mini mart, especially if you're towing one of these things behind you.
You would never ever pull into a gas station that was too small for the rig, would you, Joe?
No. Number 8, don't drive like an idiot, man. Go the speed limit. It's not worth dying to try to get there 10 minutes early. And you'll save a bunch on gas, and your vehicle will probably last longer. Number 9, you want to use cruise control, man. Because as good as you think you are at maintaining a constant speed, your vehicle can do it way better.
Number 10 is to lighten your load on the rig. So you could take out like stuff you're not using, anything heavy, recreation, and you could consider like maybe only filling your tanks a little bit for what you may use. Boomer, our Ford F-350 trucks, worked out really well for us. To see which truck you should buy, go ahead and click that link up there. And we can't wait to share our adventures with you.